Here they are. Number 1 is Executor Hanover by the Bad Boys stable with Ryan Holton. 2 is Chef CT owned by Calvin Lamb with Darrell Whitaker. Number 3, Mighty Tucson, is owned by Trent, Fletcher, and Byers. Mike Wilder drives. Number 4 is Wild Red Reed, owned by Dan and Earl Ater. Kyle Ater drives. Number 5, J.R. Richie, owned by Ruth Kelly Barnes. John C. Barnes, the driver. Number 6 is Sam's Megabucks, owned by Sparks Stillcott and Swartz with Sandy Beatty. 7 is Charles Henry, owned by Gary Biederman with Charlie Neff. And the 8 horse is Tucson Medalist, owned by Walter Earl Allison, and Dallas Miller is the pilot with 6 minutes until post. In the backstretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing. It's J.R. Richie, made an early miscue, but now is back on gate, and he opens up by 3 early on. Mighty Tucson is second. Charles Henry driving up from third. Chef CT is fourth. 2.5 back Executor Hanover fifth, followed by Wild Red Reed, Sam's Megabucks, and Tucson Medalist is the trailer. It's J.R. Richie on a 3-length lead. J.R. Richie, Charles Henry settled nicely into that big gap in second. 3.5 back, and that's Mighty Tucson racing in third, followed by Chef CT and Executor Hanover. Quarter in 29 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time, J.R. Richie on a comfortable 5-length lead. Charles Henry is second, 3 back, Mighty Tucson third, followed by Chef CT. The long shots first up from fourth, 2.5 to Executor Hanover, who's well off the early pace. Wild Red Reed next in line, Sam's Megabucks, and Tucson Medalist swings to the outside. As they move around the turn on their way to the half-mile pole, it's J.R. Richie. The lead's down to 2. Charles Henry's quickly out of the pocket to challenge, followed by Chef CT, who moves into third, just gapping the cover the outside. Mighty Tucson is gapped out at the rail. Executor Hanover's 5 off the pace into the outer flow, so is Wild Red Reed, Sam's Megabucks, and Tucson Medalist. They were by halftime in 58 seconds flat, so a very brisk 29 seconds on the second split for J.R. Richie, whose lead's been cut down to a half. Charles Henry is prompting on the outside second. Executor Hanover's right there in third. He's already angled out 3 wide, and he is rolling up strong. Wild Red Reed just in behind him. Nothing from Chef CT. Tucson Medalist 3 off the pace. Mighty Tucson shuffle back, and Sam's Megabucks trails 3/4 on the board in 128 flat. Moving to the top of the stretch, Executor Hanover takes up the lead, but has Wild Red Reed to contend with. The top pair, a clear 5 lengths of Tucson Medalist in third. J.R. Richie's all done. Late bid coming from Sam's Megabucks, but he's 10 behind as they turn down the lane. Executor Hanover on the inside. Wild Red Reed is jogging on the outside, and he takes over the lead, and now he's edging away. Wild Red Reed effortlessly wins it by 2. Executor Hanover and Tucson Medalist third in 157. Wild Red Reed breaks his maiden, 157 flat. He's a 3-year-old son of Billy Dart from Kathy Barron by Barron Hanover, owned by Dan and Earl Ater of Clarksburg, Ohio. Dan Ater, the trainer. Kyle Ater picks up the winning drive. Wild Red Reed in the opener. 4-1 exact of 1420. Try 418, 123.80. Top down Executor Hanover second. Chef CT 8th. Mighty Tucson 6th. Wild Red Reed the winner. J.R. Richie was 7th. Sam's Megabucks 4th. Charles Henry 5th. Tucson Medalist 3rd. Top to bottom, 286, 174, 53. Here they are for the second. 1 is Rest Stop 1 Mile, owned by Denise Dennis with Jeff Edwards. 2 is Hosanna, owned by Mark and Cynthia Rose with Richard RESERT. Number 3 is Cam's BRITT, owned by Potter and McLean. Darren Mauser draws. 4 is Dynamite SAHBRA, owned by Mary Vonderwell with Steve Brannon. Number 5 is Sugar Valley Magic, owned by Dale Walters with Bill Walters driving. 6 is Pacific Bay, owned by Robert McCurdy with Jamie Dunlap. 7, CJ's Quiet Storm, owned by Near Dylan Beatty. Dean Gillespie drives. And from the outside, the 8 Jewel SAHBRA, owned by Berwick Farms Limited with Brad Hanners. That's your field with less than 7 minutes to post. They're in the backstretch. There they go. They're all freshman fillies let go for a mile, and it's HOSANNA from the inside who's out fast for the lead with Pacific Bay from the center. SAHBRA from the extreme outside. DYNAMITE SAHBRA up close fourth, comes to the inside now, followed by BRITT, who settles back into fifth. CJ's Quiet Storm is sixth, and then it's Rest Stop 1 mile second last over Sugar Valley Magic, the early trailer, moving to the top of the stretch. HOSANNA leads the way 3/4 of a length. Jamie Dunlap and Pacific Bay, an early challenge on the outside second. Looks like they'll settle into the pocket there. Quarter up in 28 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time, HOSANNA leads the way by 2. Pacific Bay in the pocket second, followed by DYNAMITE SAHBRA in third. Length and a half back there to SAHBRA in fourth. CJ's Quiet Storm, the favorite, is first up and on the move from fifth. Following that move is Sugar Valley Magic from sixth, and then it's BRITT shuffle back and Rest Stop 1 mile swings to the outside. Has about 8 lengths to make up as HOSANNA leads the way around the clubhouse turn. HOSANNA length and a half clear. CJ's Quiet Storm moving up on the outside second. Pacific Bay is gapped out at the rail in third. They're by halftime in 59 3. 2.5 back to DYNAMITE SAHBRA, who's yet to get underway from fourth, alongside Sugar Valley Magic, has yet to head her brisk gear. She's still 5 lengths off the pace. Rest Stop 1 mile is already going out there 3 wide, still has about 8 lengths to go, and the pair of trailers, BRITT and SAHBRA. They're on their way to 3/4, and CJ's Quiet Storm has worked her way to the top. HOSANNA's back to second. Pacific Bay caught on the outside third. 2.5 back to an unhurried DYNAMITE SAHBRA, 3/4, 128 3. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's CJ's Quiet Storm. CJ's Quiet Storm opening up, no urging at all. She's clear by 3. HOSANNA is second, Pacific Bay is third. Nothing from DYNAMITE SAHBRA as they turn down the lane, and this one is CJ's Quiet Storm. She's much the best of this field. She leads it by 4. Pacific Bay on the outside into second. HOSANNA is third. CJ's Quiet Storm to win it easily. Pacific Bay and HOSANNA third. Starting gate is rolling for tonight's third race. It's post time. Third race field is in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing. It's I'm a Bad Man out fast for the lead. From the inside, that's Magic Laugh with Sharp Steve and Bob's Four-Wheel Drive sorting themselves out as they head for the far turn. Magic Laugh from between horses emerges with a short advantage. On the inside, Sharp Steve is second. Bob's Four-Wheel Drive is driving up from third. I'm a Bad Man along the inside fourth, followed by Captain UB in fifth. RW's Out of Towner is sixth. 3.5 lengths back to Billy Don't Be a Hero, then 2 more to Sandbest to Sam and Kaplan. They're by the quarter in 27 3/5. Passing the stands for the first time, Bob's Four-Wheel Drive, and Mauser hustles him to the top. It's Bob's Four-Wheel Drive now by 2. Magic Laugh is back to second. Sharp Steve is third. I'm a Bad Man is racing fourth. RW's Out of Towner fifth, followed by Captain UB in sixth. Billy Don't Be a Hero, Sandbest to Sam and Kaplan. Moving around the clubhouse turn on the way to the half-mile pole. Set off as the 4-5 favorite is Bob's Four-Wheel Drive. He's got command now. Bob's Four-Wheel Drive, a length and a half. Magic Laugh, Sharp Steve, I'm a Bad Man is first up. RW's Out of Towner follows that move, followed by Captain Hubie. Billy Don't Be a Hero is gapped out 8 off the pace. Next in line is Sandbest to Sam and Kaplan, 57 1 for the half. 3/8 remaining as they head down the backstretch for the 3/4 pole, and Bob's Four-Wheel Drive is on top by a length. I'm a Bad Man on the outside to pressure from second. He's making a strong move. Magic Laugh saves ground in the pocket third, followed by RW's Out of Towner sandwiched between horses fourth. On the far outside, that's Captain Hubie trying to get into it from fifth. Sharp Steve's pinned to the rail, 126 2 for 3/4, moving to the top of the stretch. It's I'm a Bad Man trying to clear the lead from Bob's Four-Wheel Drive, and now clears off as they hit the top of the stretch, and I'm a Bad Man's got the top, opening up by 2. Bob's Four-Wheel Drive is dropping back second. Magic Laugh with a late bid on the outside is third. It's I'm a Bad Man on top. Magic Laugh on the outside. Sharp Steve and Sandbest to Sam. I'm a Bad Man will win it. Magic Laugh second, Sandbest to Sam, and Sharp Steve fourth. Back in the winner's circle is I'm a Bad Man, second win of the season. I'm a Bad Man, owned by B.L. Conway of Abingdon, Virginia. Mark Evers, the trainer driver, 156 and 2. Prices are up. 4-3 exact is 63.20. Super 4381, 2007 50.20. 156 and 2 for I'm a Bad Man. Here they are for the fourth one. Primacy is owned by Marshall and Lois Field. Dave Hawk drives. 2 Josh, owned by Jack Eisnagel with Ryan Holton. 3 Kohler Practice, owned by Thomas Stubbs with Ty Van Roden. Number 4 is Village Point, owned by Philip James with John Collins. 5 Whitewall Crown, owned by Warren Holan with Brad Hanners. 6 Final Deal, owned by Duane and Carol Sue Lowe, Sandy Beatty. 7 is ARMBRO Sage, owned by Vitacell Stable with Mike Zeller. 8 Wild Louie, owned by John Hallman with Charlie Neff. 9 Admiral-SEELSTER, just coming out of the paddock now. Admiral-SEELSTER is owned by B.L. Conway with Mark Evers in the bike. Post times in 6. Fourth race field is in the backstretch and approaching the start. There they go. They're off and trotting from between horses. That's Village Point, who darts out to grab the early lead. Whitewall Crown from alongside second. Far outside, Wild Louie gets away third with ARMBRO Sage fourth. And then it's Primacy to the inside fifth. Josh alongside is sixth and looking for a seat. Kohler Practice, Admiral-SEELSTER, Final Deal, the trailer. Moving around to the top of the stretch for the first time, Village Point is on the point by 2.5 lengths. Whitewall Crown, ARMBRO Sage on the outside, moving up into third, followed by Primacy and Wild Louie. They trot past the quarter in 29 and 2. Passing the stands for the first time, and it's Village Point and John Collins showing the way. ARMBRO Sage, the long shots up on the outside second. Whitewall Crown gapped out at the inside third. 2.5 back to Primacy. The 4-5 favorite is racing in fourth. Then it's 3 more to Kohler Practice, followed by Wild Louie, who's not doing very well, backing up on the outside, forcing Final Deal out 3 wide into the clubhouse turn. As they race around that turn to the half-mile pole, Village Point shows the way. Village Point in a brisk 58 and 4. Identical splits as they head up the backside. Village Point shows the way by 2. Whitewall Crown and ARMBRO Sage are in tandem second, followed by Primacy, who moves to the outside third, getting poised to go 3 deep there with 4 to make up. Kohler Practice from the inside races in fifth, 2.5 lengths back to Final Deal, who's still got 7 to make up. Next in line is Josh, followed by Admiral-SEELSTER, and far back trailing is the faltering Wild Louie. They're at the 3/4. Village Point extends to 5. Got a strong shot to wire him here. Village Point to 3/4 in 1:29. Moving to the top of the stretch, Village Point shows the way by 5 lengths. Primacy has worked her way into second, followed by ARMBRO Sage, who's along the inside, dropping back third. Kohler Practice, Final Deal still 10 behind as they straighten out for home. It's Village Point on top by 5. Primacy is closing the gap in second. Kohler Practice is third. It's Village Point on top. Primacy is not going to get him, though. Village Point will win it. Primacy second, Kohler Practice third. Seven-year-old Crowning Point gelding from Village Harmony by Neville Pride, owned by Philip James of Middletown. John Collins, the trainer-driver, 2 minutes and 1/5. For one exact at $30.80. Try 413 619.80. 11 minutes to post time for tonight's fifth race. The early money, what little of it there is at this point, is going on number 3, Fruity. That's who I'll take on top. Fifth race is for claiming fillies and mares. Bottom level price, $3,000 for $2,000. Exactus, and kicking off the Twin Try, which is really growing. The Twin Try could be pretty solid if it lives out for a couple more days. Starts tonight with close to $7,000 in the carryover. Fruity has been struggling to get to the winner's circle. 1 win in 16 starts. That win came in early July. She's a daughter of Root Beer Slammer, who made a name for herself here a long time ago. Fruity first up and tired last time out. She may be able to improve off that effort. Dave Hawk back in the bike. She doesn't have much to beat in here. 6 JV's Principessa will make her presence felt early. She'll be out on or near the lead. She should be on the lead against these and should go a long way. Third will go with the 4 Chase and Jenna, who may have some late kick in here and slightly draws a little bit better in here. 3:64, 10 minutes to the fifth. Here they are for the fifth. Number 1 is Beachwear, owned by Cynthia Levy with Del S. Miller. Number 2 is Flippant, owned by Kenneth Burns with Mark Evers. 3 is Fruity, owned by Brian Nichols, Dave Hawk. 4 Chase and Jenna, owned by Edwards and Kelly, Jamie Dunlap. 5 Julia Child is owned by Elliot Deaton with Brad Henners. 6 JV's Principessa is owned by Gene Hall with Mark Winters. Number 7 is Jingle Jangle, owned by Raymond Brandt with Jeff Fowd. Number 8 is Chicory K, owned by Anthony Rose with Mike Wilder. The 9 is Tiffany's Express, owned by John Perrin with Darren Mauser. And the 10 is Pamela Hanauer's Fame's Fortune and Lori Hanauer. 7 minutes to post. They're in the backstretch, and there they go. And they're off and pacing. JV's Principessa from the outside is out fastest of all, with Fruity to her inside racing in second. Then it's Jingle Jangle driving up from third. Flippin' is fourth. Chicory K fifth. Beachwear sixth. Fame's Fortune settles in seventh. Two-back Chase and Jenna, followed by Julia Child. And the early trailer is Tiffany's Express. Moving to the top of the stretch, JV's Principessa has an early challenge on the outside from Jingle Jangle, with the favorite Fruity in the pocket. Third, two-back to Flippin' and Chicory K, quarter and 28 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time, and from the outside, Jeff Fowd and Jingle Jangle take a short lead. JV's Principessa does not want to give up the rail, though. Fruity just in behind them, racing in third. 2.5, Flippin' is fourth. Chicory K next, racing in fifth. 3 back to Beachwear. Chase and Jenna moves up alongside Fame's Fortune, and then it's Julia Child, and 3 lengths back to Tiffany's Express. Moving around the turn of the half-mile pole, JV's Principessa on the inside continues to hang Jingle Jangle out. 57-2 for the half. Just in behind them, Fruity races in third. She's got her eyes on moving to the outside, but here's Chicory K to beat her to it. Flippin' just in behind them, racing in fifth, followed by Chase and Jenna, who's 5 off the pace, the outside 6. Beachwear, Fame's Fortune tips to the outside, with Julia Child caught out there 3 deep, and 3 more to Tiffany's Express. They've got 5/16 remaining as they head for the far turn. JV's Principessa battles back to regain a short lead. Chicory K is now her main danger on the outside second, followed by Fruity, who's a very patient third. 2 back to Beachwear. Jingle Jangle's all done. 1:27-4 for 3/4. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's Chicory K on the outside and Wilder, who have worked their way to the top. JV's Principessa begins to tire off in second. Fruity on the outside is coming on, but has 6 to make up on Chicory K. The long shot Chicory K with the lead by 5. Fruity on the outside battles it out with JV's Principessa. Chicory K much the best. Fruity is up for second. Look like maybe JV's Principessa over Fame's Fortune for third. Chicory K back in the winner's circle. 6th win this season. She's a Keystone Howell mare from Becca Ann by Arturo Hanover, owned by Tony Rose of Lebanon. Tony Rose, the trainer. Mike Wilder in the bike, 158. Her lifetime best. Chicory K, the official winner of the 5th. 8-3 exact to 60-20. First half of the Twin Try, a $1 ticket, 8-3, 642.60. Franklin, Roy Wilson, 2, Scootin' Cloud owned by Dennis Hertz with Ryan Holton. Number 3 is Jay's Heaven Sent owned by Hard J Racing with Kyle Ater. The 4 is Ms. Oak owned by Towering Oaks Farm with Mike Wilder. 5, She's a Sodbuster owned by Sonny Levesque with Sean McAleese. 6, Charson's Foxy Lady owned by LMN Bred Stables Incorporated, Mark Winters. 7, Expensive Angel owned by Bob Sidley with Jamie Dunlap. The 8 is Latosh owned by Larry Six with Jim Willems. And the 9, racing for purse money only, is Winning Polly owned by Wagner and Hathaway, Dave Hawk in the bike. 7 minutes to post. And there they go. They're off and pacing. It's Scootin' Cloud who leaves fast on the inside. Ms. Oak from alongside second, followed by Latosh from the outside third. Extreme outside Winning Polly is racing wide into the turn from fourth. And then it's Busy Fail on the inside fifth. 2 lengths farther back to Jace Heaven Sent, followed by She's a Sodbuster, Expensive Angel, and Charson's Foxy Lady. Moving around to the top of the stretch for the first time, Scootin' Cloud and Ryan Holton. They show the way by a length and a half. In the pocket, that's Ms. Oak racing in second, followed by the long shot Latosh in third, 28-3 for the quarter. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Scootin' Cloud on top of the field. Scootin' Cloud a length and a half. Here's Busy Faye, long shot on the outside with a rush into second. Ms. Oak from the inside third, followed by Latosh in fourth. Winning Polly is second over, but gapping the cover. 3 off the pace racing in fifth. And then it's Jay's Heaven Sent with Expensive Angel alongside Charson's Foxy Lady and She's a Sodbuster. Moving around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Scootin' Cloud on top. 59-1. Scootin' Cloud a length and a half clear. Ms. Oak in the pocket second. Busy Faye after that strong move seems to be stalled. 2 off the pace, first up from third. And then it's Latosh from the inside fourth. Length and a half, Jay's Heaven Sent comes through fifth as Winning Polly drops back on the outside sixth. 3 wide Expensive Angel is on the move with 6 to make up. And then it's 2 more to Charson's Foxy Lady, and She's a Sodbuster is content to trail. They're on their way to 3/4. Scootin' Cloud shows the way from Ms. Oak in 1:28-4. And that's the way it's been the whole way. It's still Scootin' Cloud on top. Ms. Oak poised to strike from second, and there she goes. Wilder tips her out of the pocket. Latosh on the inside is third. Busy Faye drops back fourth, followed by Jay's Heaven Sent, who needs racing room, and they're in the stretch. It's Scootin' Cloud all out here as Ms. Oak on the outside, and the 2-year-old is driving hard. Ms. Oak short lead, Scootin' Cloud battling back, but Ms. Oak is edging away ever so slightly and will win it. Ms. Oak, Scootin' Cloud, Jay's Heaven Sent third. It's a back-to-back driving double for Mike Wilder as he guides Ms. Oak, the lone 2-year-old in the race, to victory. She's a daughter of Pacific Rocket from Class O by Standing O and by the Towering Oaks Farm of Mentor. Virgil Morgan Jr., the trainer. Mike Wilder drives Ms. Oak to win number 2 on the season, 158-2, lowering her lifetime mark. $3 even, 2 of 3 in the pick 3, 33 even. Here they are for the 7th one. Take It Downtown owned by Sorrell and Flick, Darren Mauser. 2 is Bill Woodall's Tucson Forbes, Mike Wilson the driver. Number 3 is Big Twister owned by Evers and Conway, Mark Evers. Number 4 is Rembrandt's Ideal owned by Jim Chaliff with Mike Wilder. 5 is Crazy Canuck owned by David Merrick with Sean McAleese. The 6 horse is Reason to Shop owned by James Price. James Price, the driver. 7 is Rowan Stoic owned by Mark Laffin with Dallas Miller. 8 BMW Bluegrass owned by Asher Racing with Jeff Fount. 9 is Kemosabe owned by Eddie George with Dave Hawk. And the 10 is Cam Scott owned by Pamela Franks with John Newbery. 6 minutes. Full field of 10. They're in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing. A fairly even start. Crazy Canuck from the center's out fast. Rembrandt's Ideal is there. Towards the inside, Big Twister and Tucson Forbes. And from the far outside, Kimosabe gets away well. They're 5 deep into the far turn. Kimosabe with a short lead. Crazy Canuck between horses second. Tucson Forbes from the inside third. Rembrandt's Max settles back from between horses fourth. And then it's Big Twister who gets away racing in fifth. 3 lengths farther back to BMW Bluegrass, followed by Reason to Shop. And then it's 3 more back to Take It Downtown. They're by the opening quarter in 27-4. Passing the stands for the first time, Tucson Forbes from the inside wins the early battle for command. He's got the lead by 2. Crazy Canucks caught on the outside second. Big Twister saves the rail in third. Kimosabe second over early in fourth, followed by Rembrandt's Ideal and Anxious fifth. To the outside is BMW Bluegrass in sixth, and then it's 3 lengths farther back to Reason to Shop, followed by Take It Downtown, and then it's Cam Scott as they race around the turn of the half-mile pole. Tucson Forbes on top of the field by 2. 57-1, a brisk half as they head up the backside. Tucson Forbes by 2. Big Twister takes up the chase in second. Crazy Canuck is out of it early. He drops back on the outside from third. Rembrandt's Ideal pinned to the inside fourth. 3 wide now is Kimosabe from fifth. 2 off the pace, but he's caught way out wide. Next in line is BMW Bluegrass. Roman Stoic is only 4 lengths behind. He's on the move. A length and a half farther back to Reason to Shop, followed by Cam Scott and Take It Downtown. They're on their way to 3/4. It's Tucson Forbes trying to upset this one. 127-4. Tucson Forbes by 2.5. Big Twister been right there all the way in second. Rembrandt's Ideal needs racing room to the inside third. He's still got 5 to make up, and he finally shakes loose now. Far outside, that's Roman Stoic closing up, but he's still got about 7 lengths to make up on Tucson Forbes, who cuts the corner with a 5-length lead. On the outside, Roman Stoic is closing well into second. 2.5 back to Rembrandt's Ideal. Too late for that one. It's Tucson Forbes on top. Roman Stoic and Rembrandt's Ideal. Tucson Forbes takes his second straight in here, 158-4. Roman Stoic second. Rembrandt's Ideal was third. Back in the winner's circle, Tucson Forbes, second straight victory. 7-year-old Tucson Hanover from Steady Miss by Steady Special. Owned by Bill Woodall of Wilmington, Ohio. Mike Wilson, the trainer-driver. 4th win on the season, 158-4. The 8th race, first leg of your late pick 3 with exactas and tries, 3,300 on the line. Got to give the nod to Admonition on the back class. This one been soundly beaten against the 10 and the 15 claimers. Admonition is fast enough to handle this group. He's got a mark of 54-2 at Dover Downs this year, and Admonition is in fairly light here. 3 KB Scott's off a win against Lesser Condition Company, 158-4. He should be up close to the pace. Third to the rail in the 1 Living Years, who finally gets a break on the post draw and should fare pretty well. He was parked the mile and still managed to finish second last time out, beaten ahead to Bob Scooter. 2:31, 8 minutes to the 8th. Now for the 8th, 1 is Living Years, owned by Everett Sams Jr. with Jerry Kutchback Jr. 2 Admonition, owned by Purtleball, Milam of the Fat Boy Stable, Charlie Neff. Number 3 is KB Scott, owned by Beverly Clark, Brenda and Eric Peepus with Jeff Fout. 4 Marching Tune, owned by George and Bob Young, Dave Hawk the driver. 5 Light Sign, owned by Stidham and May, Rocky Stidham. 6 FVP, owned by Sugar Knoll Farms with Brad Henners. 7 is All Sam, owned by Dennis Frazier and Frazier, Jeff Edwards, and the 8 is out. 7 minutes to post for the 8th. There they go. They're off and pacing. It's KB Scott who darts out to grab the early lead. FVP from the outside is second. Living Years gets away in third. Admonition is fourth. From the outside, All Sam drives up from fifth. The trailers are marching Tune and Lights On. Moving around the turn of the top of the stretch for the first time, KB Scott and Jeff Fout have a short lead. Now FVP opts to settle into the pocket, followed by Living Years in third. Outside, All Sam is on the move early from fourth. 2 lengths back to Admonition, followed by Marching Tune and Light Sign. They're by the opening quarter in 27-4. Parading past the stands for the first time, it's KB Scott on the lead by 2. All Sam on the outside, moving up to challenge from second. FVP trying to snug up the gap in third. 2.5 Living Years is fourth. 2.5 more to Admonition, followed by Marching Tune and Light Sign. 10 lengths cover the field as they race around the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. KB Scott on the inside, parking out the long shot. All Sam, who's pressuring. Followed at the inside by FVP in third. 2 back Living Years looks to swing to the outside fourth, followed by Admonition, Marching Tune and Light Sign. 56-4. A very brisk half for these as they head up the backstretch. KB Scott from the gate has the lead 2.5. FVP regains second. On the outside, All Sam drops back third. Living Years comes through at the inside fourth. Admonition is forced 3 wide from fifth. The 4-5 favorite is still 6 lengths behind. Then it's Marching Tune to the inside, and Light Sign is the trailer. They head for the far turn. It's still KB Scott. KB Scott from FVP. Living Years. Admonition continues to inch up, but he's still got a ways to go. 3/4 in 1:26-2. Moving to the top of the stretch. KB Scott trying to wire him. Has FVP just in behind him in the pocket. Living Years is third. Admonition not responding to the whip. He is dropping back on the outside as they turn down the lane. And this one is KB Scott. FVP to take a shot at the leader in second. Living Years shoots the gap at the inside third. It's KB Scott on top with Living Years and FVP. KB Scott's hanging on to win it. Living Years up for second with FVP third. Area of Scotland by Keystone Posa. By Beverly Clark, Brenda and Eric Peepus of Ohio. Beverly Clark, the trainer. Jeff Fout on the bike for KB Scott. 6th win, 156 for KB Scott. 3-1 exact to $50. Try 316, 225.20. Rundown, Living Years second, Admonition fifth. KB Scott the winner, Marching Tune fourth. Light Sign was sixth, FVP was third, All Sam was seventh, and the bottom horse Bob Scooter was scratched. 251, 463, 7 scratch. Ninth race, 2 scratches. The 4, MN Emily, and the 9, RC's Carrier, both sick. Exactas and tries, post time in 12 minutes at 9:19.
Horses are on the track and front of the post for the 9th race. Fillies and Mares conditioned, claiming pace of 1 mile, a purse of $2,500. The one is Cam's Last, is owned by the White Creek Stable Incorporated of Hilliard, Ohio, trained and driven by Jeff Fout. Number 2 is Tina's Hat Trick, owned by John Sugar of Columbus, Ohio, trained and driven by Hubert E. Jr. Number 3 is Biddo Ribs, owned by Theodore Gregory of Cincinnati, Ohio, trained by Tim Hackett with Roy Wilson up. The 4, Emma and Emily, is scratch sick. The 5, Sharmata, owned by Jeff Hammond of Circleville, Ohio, trained by Jim Artledge with Rocky Stidham. Number 6 is Armis Scooter, owned by Ron Anderson, Doug Adair, Scott Mogan, and Richard Jones. They're all of Ohio, trained and driven by Scott Mogan. Number 7 is BW Legs, owned by Clarence Sonny DeLong of Orient, Ohio, trained by Daryl Hoosier with Dave Hawk. Number 8 is Jodell Ann, owned by the Tussing Run Incorporated of Canal, Winchester, Ohio, trained by Jim Artledge Jr. Mike Wilder is in the sulky. Scratch the 9, RC's Carrie, sick also. Scratch the 4, Emma and Emily, sick. And scratch the 9, RC's Carrie, sick. And out of this evening's 9th race. Win place show, exacta trifecta wagering, second leg of the pick 3. You've less than 6. Wager now, don't be shut out. Ninth race, Fillies and Mares conditioned, claiming pacers are moving in behind the gate. The gate swings out of the back stretch, and there they go. Scratch the 4, Emma and Emily, and scratch the 9, RC's Carrie. They're all fan pacing from the inside. There goes Cam's Last is on the go from the outside. There's BW Legs as they move into the first turn and over to the opening corner. Tina's Hat Trick is down along the inside, racing in third. To the inside, racing fourth, that's Biddle Ribs. To the outside, racing five as they roll to the opening quarter is Jodell and to the inside, racing sixth is Sharmata, and eighth and trailing the field is Armbr's Scooter. Can see the entire field as they move to the opening quarter. On top of the field, that's Cam's Last and Jelf Fount with the lead by a length and a quarter. To the inside, BW Legs is racing in second. To the inside, racing third is Tina's Hat Trick, the opening quarter in 27 4/5. Passing this thing over the first time, heading on down to the half. That's Cam's Last, a 3-year-old Bay filly by Life Sign, and leading it by a length and a half. To the inside, BW Legs is racing second. Tina's Hat Trick to the inside is racing third. Rough gated to the outside, fourth is Biddle Ribs. To the inside, racing five is Sharmata. To the outside, racing six is Jodell and seventh and trailing the field is Armbr's Scooter as they roll into the clubhouse, turning on over to the half. On top of the field, Cam's Last, the 4 to the 5 favorite, takes them to the half and 59 1/5. Out of the turn, into the back stretch, heading on to 3/4, and Cam's Last is trying to last on the front end, has done so thus far, leads it by a length and a half. Out to the outside, stalking the leader in second is Biddle Ribs. At the inside, racing third is BW Legs, is watching over the dueling leaders from third. To the inside, racing fourth is Tina's Hat Trick. To the outside, racing five is Jodell and to the inside, racing six is Sharmata, and seventh and trailing the field, it's Armbr's Scooter, and Scott Mogan can see the entire field as they roll to the 3/4 mile mark of the race in 3/4 and 1:28 3/5. The fillies and mare pit condition claiming pacers will pace the turn and come on home. Into the inside, Cam's Last with the lead. Into the outside, Biddle Ribs is still right there at the leader's wheels in second. Swinging up 3 wide, here comes Jodell and desperately looking for racing room. To the inside, racing fourth is BW Legs. Less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Into the inside, Cam's Last with the lead, but down to the super stretch. Here comes BW Legs, and BW Legs goes right on by. It's BW Legs in front. Cam's Last second. Biddle Ribs hangs on for third. The time of the mile is 1:59 1. Fillies and mares condition claiming pace of $2,500. Here's the 7 BW Legs. A 3-year-old brown filly by Noble and Sam out of a Sachet Lobel. She by Oil Burner is owned by Clarence Sonny DeLong of Orient, Ohio, trained by Darrell Hoosier. Nicely handled here this evening by Dave Hawk. New lifetime mark, 1:59 1/5. 7-1 exacta returns $38.40. The 7-1-3 trifecta returns $160.40. Top to bottom finish for the 9th race, the 1 Cam's Last 2, 2 Tina's Hat Trick 4, the 3 Biddle Ribs 3, the 4 Emma and Emily Scratch 6, the 5 Sharmata 6, the 6 Armbr's Scooter 7, the 7 BW Legs the race winner, the 8 Jodell and 5. Horses are on the track and ready to pose for the 10th race. Stallions and Geldings claiming pace of 1 mile, a purse of $1,800. From off the rail, the 1 is Long Gone Destiny, is owned and trained by Gene Humphrey of Columbus, Ohio, with Jim Shelton. The 2 is Gold Star Sandstorm, is owned by the Grumpy Old Men stable of Richwood, Ohio, trained by Gail Peterman with Brad Hanners. Number 3 is JBL Sid. The lessee is also the trainer Ronald Barker of Chillicothe, Ohio, with Mike Wilder. The 4 is Popard, owned by Glenn Preston Addy of Norwich, Ohio, trained by Jay Addy with Bobby Harper. Number 5 is CEZ, owned by Philip Baldoff and John Neck. They're both of Ohio, trained by Alex Spence with Dave Hawk. The 6 is Come On BJ, owned and trained by John Nelson, parent of Lebanon, Ohio, with Darren Mauser. The 7 is Matty's Siren, owned by Jerry Zozo and Kathy Ratcliffe. They're both of Ohio, trained and driven by Hubert E. Jr. The 8 is Icy Torch, owned by William Torch of New Carlisle, Ohio, trained by Carla Asher, Jeff Fount. And the 9 is Mountain Alvin, owned by Rhonda Stidham of Circleville, Ohio, trained and driven by Rocky Stidham in the sulky. Well, that's the field for the 10th race. Stallions and Geldings claiming pacers. 10th and final race. Superfecta pacers are moving in behind the gate. The gate swings out of the back stretch, and there they go. They're all fan pacing. Even start here from the inside. There goes Gold Star Sandstorm, middle of the racetrack. There's Povard is on the go. Furthermore, to the outside, there's CEZ as they roll into the first turn and over to the opening quarter. On top of the field, that's Povard with the lead here. To the inside, racing second is Gold Star Sandstorm. To the outside, racing third is CEZ. To the inside, racing fourth is JBL Sid. To the inside, racing 5, that's Long Gone Destiny. To the inside, racing 6th here as they roll to the opening quarter. That's Icy Torch. The opening quarter came and went in a mild 28 seconds flat. Now passing this thing up for the first time, heading on down to the half. A new leader on the front, that's CEZ. Fronts the field by a length and 3/4. To the inside, Popard is right there in second. To the outside, Long Gone Destiny is first there on the outside, racing third. Gold Star Sandstorm to the inside, racing fourth. JBL Sid to the inside is racing 5, tipping to the outside, racing 6. That's Icy Torch. The outer flow, racing 7th is Matty's Siren. 8th and trailing. 7th of the inside is Come On BJ, and 8th and trailing the field here. 9th and trailing the field is Mountain Alvin. They're at the half and 57 and 4. Out of the turn into the back stretch, heading on to 3/4, and on top of the field, that's CEZ. But on the outside, Long Gone Destiny has collared that leader. It is now trying to brush right onto the front end, and Long Gone Destiny is now cleared to the front by a length and a quarter. Or to the inside, CEZ can't go on in second. Povard tips to the outside third. Or to the outside, racing fourth. Here's JBL Sit. Or the outer flow, racing 5. That is Icy Torch. To the inside, 6th is Matty Siren. To the outside, racing 7th is a roll by the 3/4 mile mark in 1:27 and 4/5. They'll pace the turn and come on home, and Long Gone Destiny with the lead, but Povard is at the leader's wheels in second. Now swinging up 3 wide. Here's JBL Sid with less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. To the inside, Long Gone Destiny is under siege. Povard now is clinging to the lead. To the outside, JBL Sid is coming to the leader. Now rolling up on the outside as they drive to the wire is Mountain Alvin, but as they drive to the wire, it's JBL Sid in front. Time of the mile, 1:59 flat. Official winner, the 10th race, Stallions and Geldings claiming pace of 1 mile, purse of $1,800. Here's the 3, JBL Sid. Is a 9-year-old black horse by Sydney Hill out of a Little Lucky. She by Lord M. Paul. Is owned by the trainer. The lessee and trainer is Ronald D. Barker of Chillicothe, Ohio, posting the 3rd win of the 1999 campaign. Home winner in 1:59 flat, establishing a new lifetime mark. Nicely handled here this evening by winning driver Mike Wilder. The 3, JBL Sid and Mike Wilder, unofficial. $3948 is unofficial. The inquiry sign is now up. The